Happy Monday, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. Crimes have consequences. Hello, Flip Flop. Hey, Jimbo. Amy, Karen Renfro. Other people should start coming in here in a few minutes. I was just over, I was listening to All Things in Life for her second rant of the day. Um, so, before we get started on what I have planned for today, I do want to address all things in life. Hey, Sarah, Jane, hello, welcome. Um, this poor chick. I feel like I need to address her because she needs some help. I know what it's like being a new creator and trying to find your footing and you know deciding what you want your channel to be about. Well, this poor girl has like every day it's a decision on what she wants her channel to be about. And she addressed me personally in her first stream she did this morning. There's some people coming in. Hey, October, Dodie. Glad you could make it. Um, a while back, she claimed that she had gotten like phone calls in the middle of the night. I think she said Jimbo called her in the middle of the night or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, he posted a screenshot of his call log, and it was determined that just wasn't the case. Well, then she got all butthurt because the phone number was out, but she said it's her phone number, but not really her phone number. It's her sister's phone number, but yet she keeps getting all these death threats and all these crazy phone calls. Listen, I am not a heartless, soulless monster. If someone is getting phone calls like that, my heart goes out to you. Change your phone number. Don't point fingers at people unless you know it to be fact. And if you do know it to be fact, then go through the appropriate channels to get it rectified. Now, this one who claims to be sick of the drama, doesn't want to be part of the drama, doesn't want people putting her name in the drama, fails to realize that none of us knew who she was until people started accusing her of being MAGA. So her being accused of being MAGA was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to her, because she gets a few people in her streams. But I got to tell you, everybody in the chat, no one has any idea what this woman is talking about. She's talking about members' lives and super secret groups and chats. And there's been a couple of times where she's had her. My big issue with her is, and she hasn't done it as much lately, but she'll set her videos to kid appropriate. Well, it's not kid appropriate. She does that because she doesn't want the chat turned on. But then she's up there cussing like a sailor. She hasn't been doing that too much, but also there's times where she thinks the chat is turned off and everyone's just sitting there talking amongst themselves trying to figure out what the hell this woman is talking about. Nobody knows. She's not monetized. She doesn't have memberships, but there's this special place where you can go, and if you're part of the elite crowd, and you can talk about all this stuff. But she got mad at me because once that screenshot was posted of the call log, she demanded, she used the word demand and everything. She wanted that taken down by 4 p.m. on that specific day. All I did was pass along a message because she privated the video. If you're going to get up here making all kinds of demands and telling people what they need to be doing, then have the balls to leave it up so people can see it. I mean, she was saying that if he didn't have it down by 4 p.m., she would have no choice but to go meet with her attorney for the 786th time to get this handled. She's going to do what she needs to do, is what she always says. According to her, her whole entire family, what their favorite foods are, their favorite color, everything about her life has been doxxed. I never hear anyone talking about you, all things in life. Seriously, you're not on anyone's radar, but if you keep pushing the way you're pushing now and going live multiple times a day to talk about all the things that you don't want to be a part of, you're going to get yourself involved and it's not going to be pleasant for you. That's not me making a threat, because this is all you're going to get out of me. You're going to get this one little bit of airtime of me telling you to chill the F out. Just stop. Quit while you're ahead. Figure out what you want your channel to be about. And if you don't want to be a part of the drama, then stop talking about the drama. And that's all I have for you. If you want to unblock me on your channel, that's great. Otherwise, I consider myself banned. No love lost. I have about 782 stock accounts I can go in your chat with. Not really that many, but I have a few. So I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. I know I did. There was some pretty good streams on over the weekend to keep us occupied. I also stayed on my research path, checking those Kentucky websites, and the tiger has not been caught yet. Hang on, I lost my place in my notebook. Sorry, guys. Hello to anyone who just came in. Um, Another thing I want to just get out of the way real quick. I guess during the last live stream, there was kind of a non-issue that happened. I guess some confusion over a comment made, and then it got back to another chat that something crazy had happened. I don't really know exactly what was said because I can't see all that from StreamYard on my phone. But I did hear about it. I did hear it be addressed in another person's stream. I have a pretty open chat. For all the new people, as long as you're not doxing anybody or just being over the top vile, we're going to let those comments ride today and just see how it plays out. I don't have personal issues with anyone. I welcome everyone to be here. I love a good debate. I think that that's what makes for interesting conversation, is when not everybody agrees, because you're able to actually bounce things off of each other if both parties are open to receive the things you want to bounce. So that's it. Real simple. Just don't be nasty and you can stay and hang out. Um, so while I was checking the websites this weekend, like I said, he has not been arrested yet. The case still shows the same on the court website. There's no new date scheduled or anything like that. But we don't know where he is. Nobody knows where he is. Some people claim to know where he is. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. We're also going to address the fact that I had made a community post sharing a poster about the reward money for any tips and information leading to the arrest of Ernie Shell. It got mixed reviews. Some people were kind of ticked off about it. One person told me, "This is a man's life at stake here. How dare you?" And my reply was simple. Yes, this is a man's life at stake here, which is all the more reason he needs to be picked up, taken off the street, and getting whatever help and care he can get. If that means going to a hospital to address his mental needs, so be it. This man is a menace to society. He's going to hurt someone else, get someone hurt, or he's going to get himself hurt. There was a panel last night, and there was a guest who no longer has a channel. And if you haven't watched the video that The Stand uploaded today, if one of the mods could drop the link to that video in the chat, I would appreciate it. It's a clip of what this particular panel guest said she knows to be true regarding Ernie's whereabouts. It was stated that he is still in the hospital, and this is known for a fact. She didn't give up her source, which that's fine. Time will tell. And that he is in the hospital suffering from renal failure. Now, I'm not going to fight her tooth and nail and say, no, that is absolutely not the case, because it very well could be. What it could also be is that he was in the hospital suffering from a severe urinary tract infection or bladder infection, and the doctor simply told him, look, dude, if you don't quit pumping your body full of Mountain Dew and start taking better care of yourself, you could end up in kidney failure. Now, for anyone who doesn't know the specifics about renal failure, I took it upon myself to research before I went live today. I didn't do any extensive research. I just Googled the basics, probably like Ernie did if he's not actually in renal failure. Some of the causes of kidney failure. If you're in a lengthy hospital stay for something else, certain parts of your body can start to shut down and not work properly because you're just laid up in the bed. We see that with muscles. You lose your muscle tone and things like that. Laying on your back too long can cause issues with the lungs. So all sorts of little things could go wrong with the body. The human body is a fascinating piece of equipment, but there's things that can go wrong. Another cause, advanced age. When you're come into the world, your body is tiny and frail. When you leave the world, your body is tiny and frail. Blockages in the blood vessels in your arms and legs that can cause blood not to flow properly. Diabetes is a big cause of kidney failure. High blood pressure, heart failure, an infection, like I've already said, like a UTI or a bladder infection, kidney infections, things like that left untreated can cause horrible damage. Severe dehydration, that is a possibility because, like I said, we rarely saw the man drink water. It was always Mountain Dew. He probably drank Mountain Dew morning, noon, and night, and every time in between. Medications. This is a big one because all of us who are taking OTC pain medications, we really need to watch this stuff. Things like Advil, Motrin, Aleve, all of those can cause damage to your kidneys. Direct damage. Ernie mentioned a kidney punch when he was spinning the I got jumped and beat up story. He did reference being hit in the kidneys with a pipe, I believe. So naturally that would cause kidney failure. Let's see. All types of toxins. What do I mean by toxins? Anything that the body doesn't produce, and anything that when taken in large quantities can cause damage to any part of the body. This can include alcohol, heavy metals, cocaine, and meth. That's just 4 examples. There are so many other examples of toxins that can enter our body and wreak all kinds of havoc. Now, did he show any of the signs and symbols of being sick? A few. There were a few times where I know I had been in chats and we were referencing how yellow he looked. He looked really jaundiced and just dark circles under the eyes. Another way you're going to know something's not right with your kidneys is you're going to have decreased urine output. You're just not going to have to go as much. fluid retention, that kind of goes along the lines of where he said, that they had to remove a bunch of fluid and then put it back and then take it away again. It showed up right when I Googled symptoms of kidney failure, was right on the first page. Short of breath. Now, we've always known Ernie to talk at lightning speed. Get it? He was always fast in everything he said, especially when he would get wound up and pissed off about something. He would always just, you know, he had to get the last word in. Fatigue. You're going to be really tired because your body's just holding in all this crap that it would normally get rid of when you go tinkle. So you're going to naturally be tired. Confusion. I would like to say that, yes, Ernie was just running around in the highways and acting a fool because his kidneys were just so bad that he just didn't have a clue what he was doing. I would like to say that because that would be the nice way of explaining what's been going on with him. But I'm not going to say that because I think if it gets to the point where your kidneys are so bad that you don't know which way is up and you're just running the roads like a maniac, that there's going to be a whole lot more that goes along with it to make it physically impossible to be running around the roads. Like if you're getting to the point where your kidneys are so bad that you just aren't coherent and completely detached from reality, that there's going to be some pain involved. Probably walking a couple of feet is going to be hard. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind as I'm watching all of this unfold. Also, nausea. I mean, he used to eat like a horse. Watching him eat made me nauseous. Like, I seriously felt like I was going to hurl every time I would watch him clank his fork across the plate. Weakness. I don't know if he ever felt weak physically. I know mentally he thought he was, the strongest man alive and could just take anyone out. Irregular heartbeat. We didn't really sorry. Hang on one second. Okay. I know the weather here is crazy right now. It's freezing cold. When I was outside Friday, hey Selena, Stingray, who else came in? Lips, hello. Dutchy, Tennessee girl, S Win. Okay, so someone made a comment that untreated and undiagnosed diabetes, yes, that can cause kidney problems, and it can also cause drunken behaviors because your body's building up those toxins. Um, you can have a chronic disease. If you have just chronic kidney disease, that's still in a manageable phase. There's no cure for kidney disease. Pretty much your only option if you want to cure it is going to be get a transplant. But if you just have chronic kidney disease, there's medications to manage the symptoms. We all heard him mention the word dialysis. He said, this dialysis is no joke. And we were like, what the hell is he talking about? You got beat up and now you're on dialysis. That could be possible if he did take a kidney punch, it could do some damage. But fluids, taking in a lot of fluids to try to get your body to filter out, and like I said, a transplant. So, knowing what we've seen from him in the hospital, putting that together with the latest claim of he's in renal failure, I would be happy to just take that and accept it and be done with it. If he hadn't lied and said that he was sitting outside of the courthouse that day, and if they would have put a little more effort into their doctor's note that they presented to the court. Now, keep in mind, no matter what is going on with him, whether it's issues with his kidneys, whether it's just, untreated mental issues, whether it's just full-blown addiction and he's just at that point where he can't keep it a secret anymore, if he got hit by a car, regardless of any of those situations, I still pray for this man. He needs help. He needs someone with his best interest in at the forefront to step in and do what they have to do, whether that is encouraging him to get himself healthy enough to go face this judge and do what he needs to do. People are pissed because we feel like Ernie should face the consequences. And so I'm constantly telling people, take the fact that it's Ernie Shell completely out of the equation. It's not Ernie. It's just a common criminal who is a menace to society, and he's out there running the roads. Just your common guy. The common criminal running around your town, possibly putting your loved ones in danger. I mean, forget someone hitting him with a car. What if someone swerved to avoid hitting him, flipped their car 4 times, and lost their whole family in the process? There's just so many things that could go wrong. People think it's tacky that, people even want to put up money. Well, if there was a criminal on the loose in your town and you saw something flash across the screen that there was, a reward for tips and information leading to their arrest, and you happen to see that person at the damn 7-Eleven, would you not call and turn that person in and collect that money? Because I would. If I saw just your average everyday criminal walking in the grocery store and there was a reward out for their capture, yes, I would call. I would call on the spot and say, you need to come get this person. Because take everything away, like, oh, it's Ernie Shell and he's the killer inside and Lightning Tiger. He still committed a crime. He's costing the courts money, time, all of that. We've already gone over the fact that he cost this community thousands of dollars. And someone in my comment thread, I don't know why it always has to go back to this, but I had someone said something and I replied back reminding them of all the money that Ernie had taken. And of course, they have to say, well, what about all the money Benny scammed in Summer's name? Benny was paid as a monetized creator while he was covering Summer's case. I'm sorry if people don't like that. That's just the way YouTube works. It is what it is. Ernie took up money based on empty promises. He promised people the world and never delivered. Not a thing. He never followed through with anything he said. And now here we are. He couldn't follow through with taking his lumps like a man and going to court. And now here we are. It's not anyone else's fault that we're in this position of wondering where he is, except him. He did this, not any of us. So I fully support people wanting to put up reward money to find Ernie. I do. That's my feelings. That's my thoughts. No one's going to change my mind. And it's okay if you don't agree with me. I'm a real easy person to get along with until I'm not. And you'll probably never know when I get to the point of not being easy to get along with. Because once I get to the point, I just don't bother. So quit having all this compassion for Ernie Shell. Yes, be compassionate if he's sick, if he's truly sick. But also keep in mind, let's see, I did my last stream on Friday. So that night, he went on Team Rose's panel and he sounded a little weak and a little groggy. But he claimed to have had a chest surgery that day. So, chest surgery, did you get stitches? Did they put a band aid on you? Or did they literally crack your chest open to get to whatever they needed to get to do a surgery? If that's the case, he wouldn't have been up on anyone's panel talking that night. He would have been heavily sedated so that his body can recover. Rest and sleep is what they always tell you during any recovery period. You need rest so your body can heal. They're not going to have you up there after a major surgery, cell phone in hand, going on a live stream. It's not going to happen. But he sure did get up there the day after lying and saying he was at the courthouse and lied again saying that he had a chest surgery. And if he were really just ill and did have just, kidney issues going on, why not just come out and say it? Just come out and say what's going on with you so people can rally around you and give you the help and support that you need to get you through it. I would still, do whatever I could to help you as long as you followed through and, took your consequences like a man. People have every right to be pissed off that he's letting this play out the way he is. It would be different if he hadn't spent the last year blaming anything and everything on everyone else but himself. He has accused people of doing some crazy things. He's accused me of doing crazy things to him. I've never even had a conversation with the man. I haven't gone on his panel. He hadn't gone on mine. None of that. I have never one-on-one talked to Ernie Shell. But supposedly, I've done enough damage to him that he's made threats against me. Told me to just wait and see what I have coming for me. Well, I'm still waiting, and I'm not seeing much. He's now deleted his channel as if that's going to make any difference. Because the same day he deleted his channel, like I said, he was on Team Rose's panel. Why? Of every person he's been associated with on YouTube, why did he pick her? Why did he pick her panel to go on, knowing that there probably wasn't going to be a lot of the regular people in her chat? I mean, his typical way of operating is to go where he can be seen the most. So that's a little sketchy to me. I don't wish this man harm, and I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer because this was kind of just like a little segment of the movie that I came up with last minute, but my Wi-Fi is acting crazy. But I just wanted to clarify some things. The rumor is he has kidney failure. If that's the case, then I encourage everyone to just say a prayer for the man. Say a prayer for the man anyway, because right now he needs all the help he can get. But this crap about constantly lying to people when you don't need to. You don't need to be up here lying to everybody every day. Just rip that band-aid off and be honest. Put the truth out there. And then you would be amazed, Ernie, at how many people will change their attitude towards you if you're just honest. That's all people want from you is the truth. I've seen the love and support that people have for Ernie. I don't always understand it, but I've seen it. Yes, that's true. The stand has a very good point. 2 days prior, he was on here, throwing out people's personal information left and right and making, threats on them. It's a constant with him. If people can't see the monster behind the mask, I don't know what will make you see it. He's not a very nice person. He has his moments where he can be charming and funny and likable, but those are few and far between. And when he is charming and likable, you better believe that something's coming. There's a motive behind it. That's right, Selena. His kidneys do not make him do these things. His kidneys didn't make him go steal that van. Now, if we want to go with everything I looked up, and my source for all of that information, if anyone's wondering, is the Mayo Clinic. It's not just some fly by night doctor's website I found on Google. It's actual information from the Mayo Clinic website. I can post a link in the description and people can go look at it for themselves. Now, if we want to go by that information and go with the fact that his kidneys are so bad it was causing confusion and delirium and all of that, then yeah, I guess maybe he could do one or two things while he wasn't in his right mind. But if you have the wherewithal to get on here and annihilate people the way he would do sometimes and actually plan all this, right? Because he passed himself off as this extremely organized, by the book, predator hunter that had all his files in a row and everything was on the up and up. But looking at the inside of that van when he was showing pictures, that just shows that he is not the organized professional he wanted everyone to think he was. Hey, Raz. So let's just keep an eye out. I do have compassion for the situation, but it has its limits. I've seen him do horrible things to people that I like and care about. I've seen him do horrible things to people that don't deserve it, who simply just didn't agree with him. I mean, I'm one of those people. I just don't agree with him. I don't know him well enough to like or dislike him. I don't trust him. I don't believe him 98.9% of the time. I don't believe him in this situation. I don't know where this person found out that he was in renal failure. Um, but I would imagine that those in his close inner circle know what's going on with him. So, what's the harm in just being honest? Nobody's going to talk about the man if he legit has kidney problems. We're not going to like make fun of that. But people will still continue to make fun and question all this BS crap he comes up with to explain all of this away. There's been a lot of chaos that has ensued since Ernie Shell came along. And I don't see it winding down anytime in the near future. It seems to just get worse and worse every day. So that's actually the next part of Lightning Tiger the movie. It's going to be part 4. And we're going to talk about when the dust settles. What are we left with after this Tasmanian devil swoops in and does its damage and swoops out? That one might get a little tense. So just everyone put on your big girl and boy britches, and I'm not sure what day it's going to be. Is there any questions that anyone has? And if I have an answer for it, then I would happily share that with you. So the judge didn't see any real medical reason for him not to have attended. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. You know, if you would think that was something like kidney failure, that would have been noted on the doctor's note. And I mean, I know they don't want to give too much information on the record because it's a fine line, you know, with HIPAA violations. And there were people in the courtroom. But it could have just simply been referenced by the courts that, yes, there was, you know, extenuating circumstances that made it completely acceptable that he wasn't in court that day. Right. If he's trying to use a made up issue to try to delay the people getting justice, you know, the Commonwealth of Kentucky for getting justice and hearing that case and all of that, that's not cool. Now, if it's a legit problem, like I said, it should have been addressed with the court that day. I would think that they would have sent something a little more substantial to the court that would have had, you know, an estimated length of hospital stay. Um, Not just a piece of paper with the date January 2nd, he's in the hospital with no updates. Angry Gen Xer, you don't know anything about my relationship with Christ. I'm happy to do a stream about that, but I would appreciate it if you don't come in my chat just assuming that everyone here is, you know, completely against Christ. I know where I'm going the moment I leave this earth, and I am perfectly okay with that. And I'm not sitting here judging anyone. I have nothing against Ernie Shell, the person. I do not like the actions that he's taken against the community and people that I care about. He's a liar and a thief and a scam artist. There's still hope for him, but he has to want that. I can't do it for him. None of us can. Well, I hope everyone has had an amazing Monday. Hopefully, this weather will pass soon because it has got my sinuses all messed up. Um, yes, angry Gen Xer, none of us are exempt from sin. We're all born sinners. We'll all be sinners up until the day we die. The only difference is if we're forgiven or not. But we'll save that for another day because not everyone believes the same, and I want to respect. I would like to be a little more prepared for a stream like that because the last thing I want to do is, um, yeah, I do want justice, but justice doesn't have anything to do with the direction you're trying to take it in. Angry Gen Xer, I literally just said at the beginning of this stream that I welcome different opinions. This isn't an echo chamber. I don't want anyone to agree with what I'm saying just because I'm saying it. One thing about me, if you don't know anything about me, I will always encourage people to go out and do their own research, form your own opinion. That's why I don't get up here spoon feeding you everything. I'll tell you what I found and where you can find it. I want you to go see it for yourself. I want you to go listen to other people for yourself and use your own critical thinking skills to form your own opinion. I mean, I was the captain of the debate team. We can go back and forth all day long if you'd like. Yes, Sasha, echo chambers are boring. You can disagree all you want. But no, Fitzcrank, our religious beliefs do not affect Ernie and his lies. He's still going to be lying. He's still going to be scamming. He's still going to be trying to hoodwink his loyal followers. I mean, he's feeding them a bunch of crap, telling them one thing, and it's completely different. Okay, you agree he's a criminal. At least we agree on that much. The rest is just semantics. Doesn't matter. I don't know who you're saying denied that we all sin, but we're gonna end it right here, and you can come back later. Okay. Sorry, you guys. There always has to be someone, that wants to derail what we're talking about, and that's fine. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, despite what that person thinks that I want everyone to have mine. So we'll meet back in a couple of days. I'm still going to be on Ernie watch to see if I can gather any more information about what's going on with him. Ernie Shell, if you're listening, if you want to come out here and be honest and open with these people about what's going on with you, you are more than welcome to hit me up in the comments and I will bring you on my panel and, I'll just let you have the floor and you can say what you need to say. No ulterior motives, nothing like that. I think that it's time, though. There's people out there that really care about you and are really concerned. And I think it's time that if you can't give them anything else, just give them some truth. We can do it anytime. Just let me know, and you are more than welcome. I will give you the platform to say what you need to say. And for everyone else, I hope you have an amazing Monday evening. Thank you for joining me. Hug your loved ones tight. You never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Be safe out in the real streets and on the YouTube streets. Protect yourself and just be alert and aware. If anyone needs to get in touch with me, you can email me at chasingjustice22@protonmail.com. Love all of you, and I will see you soon.